I'd like to thank Pastor for allowing me to speak today. I'll be brief, but last month, April 17th, is the 50th anniversary of the Cambodian Holocaust. I call it the forgotten Holocaust because not a lot of people know about it. We know about the Jewish Holocaust, but not a lot of people know about the Cambodian Holocaust. Within a span of 4 years, almost 3 million people died in the population of over 6.5 million people. So almost half of the population died. I come from a family of 12. 5 passed away and 7 still living. But I was born during the middle of the Holocaust. I was born in 1978. I was about 6 years old when my family decided to try to escape this Holocaust. In 1975, the communists took over, and they exiled all the people in the city of 2.5 million people. They told them that the Americans are going to bomb us, and you need to leave the city right now. You could come back in a few days, but they lied to us. They lied to the people. And so from that day forth, it was 4 years of torture and hell on earth. It is estimated that in terms of casualty, like I said, 45%. So we are a family that are from the countryside, so we don't live in the city, but those who live in the city suffer the most. The communists, they do not like anything Western influence, anything like that. So if you had glasses, or you spoke a different language, or you had light skin, they will target you for death. And they would kill you because they think that because you had glasses that you're smart and that you're influenced by the West. So from that time forth, anybody who had any type of education that they could find out, they would kill you. And so when we escaped in during the end of 1979, my father hired a guide to take us to Thailand, which is about probably 2 or 3 days walk in the jungle. I was about 6 months old at that time, and while we were trying to escape, I somehow couldn't stop crying. Maybe because I was malnourished, I was hungry, I couldn't stop crying. And my father, being the leader of the group, he decided that we can't risk being caught because of my crying. So he decided, or he was thinking about leaving me behind. So that way, the whole group could get away. But my mother, being the mother that she is, wouldn't allow that. She took me back and went the other way by herself through the jungle to save my life. And it was during that time it was raining. And you know anything about Asian climate, there's monsoon seasons, there's periods of rain. And so she's walking back or running back to where we came from, and she fell into a ditch. And the ditch is probably one of those ditches that's been dug to bury people, because the killing fields, that's what it's all about. They would make big fields to put people in there. When they kill them, they just push them into the killing fields. So she probably fell into one of those ditches, and she's a small lady, she's probably 5 foot tall, and so she couldn't get out of it. But thankfully, when she fell, she managed to throw me outside. So I was on the edge of the ditch and she was in the ditch. So, and all night she couldn't get out. But in the morning, somehow a man came by and rescued her. And at that time, if you help anybody, whether you show sympathy or show some kind of kindness, that the communists would think you as being weak. So they would kill you on the spot. So this man risked his life to help my mother. And so Pastor asked me, so how did you escape the killing field? And I told him, by the grace of God that we did. So when she got out of the ditch, she, thanked him. And the moment she turned around, the man was gone. So till this day, when I asked my mother about that story, she believes it was an angel that saved her from the ditch. So from that time forth, God was with our family throughout. From that time throughout, all through now. So And I can tell you another story about my mother. I'm going to keep this quick, but about my mother, she's saved now. She believes in the Lord. My father is also saved. He passed away a few years ago, but I'll get to that point in a little bit. But she befriended a lady that came into the camp, and the communists found out, because you shouldn't befriend anybody, and they found out she was going to get killed but that day because of her helping this lady. And somehow the lady confessed that, oh no, she didn't do anything wrong, and then so the communist was able to kill the other lady in spite of what my mom did. So that's one story. But anyways, we got separated many times, and somehow was able to find each other. And so finally, we got a guide and went back to Thailand and was able to escape. And I'm leaving out a lot of gruesome details. Just, if you want to know about it, let me know, because these comments are crazy. They kill babies, women, children, anybody, pregnant women, anything like that. So when we got to the refugee camp, we lived there for about a few years, and a Christian family from the United States sponsored us to come to the United States. And I remember the first time I set foot in America, and I can remember it was in Ohio, and it was snowing, and it was the first time we saw snow. And we were like, what is this thing? And then we took the snow off the car and made a little snow cone and ate it with some sugar. So I remember that. But you know, for 18 years, God would put stuff in my life, whether it be the Christian family that sponsored us or the Sunday school churches I went to throughout the years, even the Catholic church I went to for a few times. But in when I was 18, finally got a hold of me. I was into sports. I played basketball, and I saw a nice gym over there. I was like, wow, that's a nice gym over there. But that's how I got into, a friend of mine invited me to church because I just wanted to go to church to play basketball. And about a year after that, he kept talking about Jesus, and finally I went to this youth conference / basketball tournament, and finally gave my life to the Lord there. The pastor did the gospel message, and I accepted the Lord. But anyways, my father, he was a devout Buddhist, and in the Buddhist culture, your family, your parents is God. Your parents are God. And so when he decided that I believed on Jesus and not his family per se, to where he thinks that I'm putting God, which I am putting God first above him, he got mad and kicked me out. So I got kicked out because of my faith, but I kept praying for my father. For years, probably a whole decade later, or even more so, probably 15 years, we kept praying. And then finally, he went to go stay with my brother, who got saved as well, and finally he got saved and became a Christian. And this man was known to be the meanest man in town. Everybody knows his reputation of being a mean man, but I've never seen him cry. I've never seen him say, I love you. I've never seen him do any of that stuff. But when he became a Christian, he cried praying for his food, praying for his family. That's why I know that Jesus is real. That's why I know that God is real, because he could take a man that's so hard because of what he went through to be able to be soft and to be soft to the Lord. So with that, I just want to thank Pastor for inviting me. And if you want to know more about my story, there's the book here, and just let me know and I could talk to you about it. Thank you.